It's Frank and Kira on Mountain Fun Life. Post a comment during the show to let us know you're watching. Like and share our video with your friends who love Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, and the great Smoky Mountains.
Hey, it's the Frank and Kira Show on Mountain Fun Life. Good morning and hello.
Frank and Kira and Artie's
Okay.
show.
Well, today.
And my fake last name is Artie Rocket.
Okay, so you hang on a second, Artie Rocket. I'm Frank Murphy.
And I'm Kira Cup.
And now you say your name.
Artie Rocket.
Okay, there you go. And so we have a visitor. If you watch the Frank and Kira Show regularly, you know that we've been expecting now for a couple of weeks grandson Artie and his brothers to all come and visit us here. So here he is, right there. Artie Rocket, he's calling himself today.
Yep, he's an aspiring grandfather, like his grandfather, Frank Murphy.
Why do we have to have a fake last name anyway?
Because I don't want people to know where I live.
Well, that's not giving away your address. It's just giving away your last name.
Okay, well you sit right there. And I will explain that we're doing the show. Kira and I do a show every week. Do you watch it?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure?
Sure.
Yeah, I watch it some of the time. I watch it sometimes.
You were on here before,
Yep.
about a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Timmy, but this time, no Timmy or Charlie. You haven't met Charlie yet.
Yeah, so they'll come in maybe next week, all right? Anyway, so Kira, hello.
Hello, Frank.
As you can
And people who have COVID, I'm praying for you.
Thank you. As you can see, I've got my hands full. And you know, Kira, one of the funny things is people often say that Artie and I are very similar.
Yeah, it's like having two Franks on the show.
Yeah, you're totally outnumbered.
Just missing the mustard.
Well, yesterday, Kira, you and I went and did a little networking.
We did.
We got to meet some of the hoi polloi, the height of Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
We did. We got to meet Superintendent Cash.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, but we met him at Anakeesta because we were there for the grand opening of their AnaVista Tower.
I noticed that Anakeesta posted a picture on Facebook last night that...
I think Artie has a question.
Oh, yes, sir. Artie?
And you can make comments about anything we wear or say.
Okay. Well, Roxana Precht is on here, and she says, "Good morning. Hi, Artie." So
Thank you!
So that's good. And then Mike Stokes says, "Hi from St. Louis." So that's nice. St. Louis.
Thank you!
One of your great-grandmas is from St. Louis. And then also we hear that Charlie, Timmy, and Lucy are watching at home. So that's good.
Yay! Thank you, Charlie, Timmy, and Lucy, and
Okay.
Mommy and Daddy.
Of course. So yesterday, Kira and I went to Anakeesta, and I was thinking maybe I could bring you to Anakeesta tomorrow.
Ooh. Do you know what's at Anakeesta?
No.
You don't know what it is?
Yep, but I know what Smoky Mountain is.
Well,
It used to be a big hole, but now it's a fun, colorful water park thing for little kids and people who don't want to get water in their noses like me.
yeah.
I promise
And
Smoky
things
Mountain didn't
for
pay him.
big kids, like a second grader, a third grader, or anything like that.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Well, yes, we'll go to Smoky Mountain tomorrow also. Check that out, because Artie remembers. Now, Kira, you met Artie last year.
I did.
At the groundbreaking, one of the places you met him was at the groundbreaking for Smoky Mountain. So we'll get Anakeesta, hold on, we'll get to you in a minute. But a year ago, we went to nothing, and we watched them dig a hole on what is now Smoky Mountain Water Park.
Yeah, they have these beautiful golden shovels that I was amazed by, and then Frank told me that they're just spray painted, which who would have thought?
Did
Yeah.
you know fat bulldogs actually have fat in them? Joking.
Okay, so we're talking about how last year you came with us to the groundbreaking of Smoky Mountain, okay? So you have to listen to what Kira says.
Okay.
All right. That's part of it. I mean, you can talk a lot, obviously, but you also have to listen.
Okay.
So we're talking about when you came to Smoky Mountain last year, when there was nothing there, and then when we go back tomorrow, it's all finished.
Yeah.
They finished it ahead of schedule.
Do you remember the grand opening?
The groundbreaking, yeah, when they dug the hole. You guys pretty much were playing in the dirt. Literally, you
They
and Timmy
were.
were sitting in the dirt, just drawing pictures in the dirt the whole time.
And I think they had bottles of water that they were pouring into it.
Yeah, yeah. So you had a lot of good stuff there. So
I don't remember it. I think I was too young to remember.
I'll show you some pictures so you can remember. But yesterday, Kira and I went to another grand opening, and she's going to tell us about what we saw at Anakeesta.
Yeah, so you have another question, Artie?
Yes. I went on a boat ride in New York. And we saved people from two people from a jet ski, and Uncle Mark and Megan helped. Wait, it wasn't in New York, it was in Massachusetts. And we went swimming, and I barely got out, and we had so much fun. I was like so sad on the next day because I missed on.
Now, can I tell you a secret? This show's only about Tennessee.
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, it's nice that you went to Massachusetts. We love it. It's great, but you can tell me that later after the show. When I said save it for the show, I meant save the stuff about Tennessee for the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I get it.
Now you get it. Well, do you
Yeah.
want to hear about Anakeesta?
Yes, you're going to go to Anakeesta, so let Kira tell
Yeah.
us about Anakeesta. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, so yesterday Frank and I went to Anakeesta, and we rode in the mini Ridge Rambler. So they have a big Ridge Rambler, a mini one, and those are just these big trucks that you get in to go up to the top of the mountain. And then you can also take their chairlift.
Yeah, they have the Chondola and the chairlift. I think the Chondola is the one that's half gondola, half chairlift.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's red and it's enclosed, maybe even air conditioned. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I see a lot of people, they like that open air one where it's really just nothing between them and the ground. Yeah.
So you better make sure you have all your belongings secured.
I totally saw people taking pictures, and I was worried they were going to drop their phone
Oh,
or their
absolutely.
sunglasses or some other valuable thing and not be able to get it back.
I actually did a live with Savannah once, holding our phones out like this on the chairlift,
Oh, yeah?
and I didn't drop my phone. But this time we went just for fun, just to see what was going on there.
I think you have to call on.
Oh, Artie, yes.
What did one firefly say to his racers? On your mark, get set, glow!
Well, they do have fireflies in Tennessee. In fact, the Smoky Mountains are famous for fireflies. So
And glowworms?
well, fireflies, so good job on that.
Anakeesta.
Famous? You know I don't like famous stuff.
You don't like famous stuff? Well, Anakeesta actually has a firefly exhibit around Halloween time.
Yeah?
On there's treetop sky bridge, or not sky bridge, where you can walk across
Yeah,
where
the suspension bridge, yeah.
Yes. You can walk across there, and they have these beautiful little green lights that they simulate to make it look like there's all kinds of fireflies
You know,
around you.
I got to admit, it was confusing yesterday because there's another attraction in Gatlinburg called the Sky Bridge.
Yeah.
And those guys were there.
Were they?
Yes, I saw them. Marcus,
Wow.
right? Marcus and his dad.
I couldn't tell because everybody had a mask on.
Well, I saw they were wearing their uniform shirts from Skybridge.
Oh.
So it was. So here we are. We see all sorts of people from other places, from the Pigeon Forge Chamber, the Gatlinburg Chamber, the mayor of Gatlinburg, the guy Dave Jones from the Department of Tourism, and then his boss from Nashville had flown in. All of these dignitaries there to congratulate Bob and Karen Pence on the grand opening of the AnaVista Tower. And Kira and I went on and on trying to figure out if it's AnaVista or
Yeah.
AnaVista.
So you actually asked Bob, so.
Yeah, because I think, he says it's AnaVista because it's Anakeesta and then Vista Gardens. So they took Anna and Vista and put them together. But I explained to him, I said, Bob, you got to get ready for this because once the Southern people who love to say, bless your heart, or whatever it is they love to say, think a thing.
Make your picture.
Yeah, have your picture made, all the thing. But Kira naturally looks at the word and says,
AnaVista. Honestly, that's how I thought you pronounced
which
Vista.
which,
Vista.
which cracks me up. So I think you will be the first person in recorded broadcast to say AnaVista, and I predict that if we come back to this tape or this recording,
Like
a year from now rather, everyone will be calling it AnaVista by then, maybe 2 years from now. And we
Yeah.
can point out that Kira started it.
Absolutely.
Right.
And AnaVista, the tower, is actually the highest point in downtown Gatlinburg. So you can actually see the Space Needle from up there. And it looks
You
like
can barely see the
little
Space
bitty
Needle.
speck.
Yeah, because you're much higher than it, and you're looking down at it. And same thing with the Park Vista Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it stands out. It looks great because you see all this beautiful mountain. I'll leave you in a minute. I'm telling a story. And then the Park Vista Hotel, it sticks out like a big old Lego block, but you're
Yeah.
still so much higher than it. And we got a couple of comments
Okay.
about you here. Jean Arnold says, "Good morning, Frank and Kira. Kids say the darndest things. LOL." We got that one. I don't know if that's a compliment. I'm not positive. And then Jack Allen has a comment that says, "That kid is cracking me up. So awesome." So now, go ahead. You may speak.
Did you know that Mountain Everest was the highest point on Earth?
I did. It's in.
But not the highest point in the universe. Jesus is the highest point in the universe.
They're teaching you well over there at the Catholic school. I see. So that's good.
They're not teaching me well. I just figured it out. Figured that God is the highest point in the universe from a book, and I figured that Mountain Everest was the highest point on Earth from Storybots, and the episode was
Storybots.
why is the sky blue, and Beep figured that if we need
You know, here at this point, all you have to do is say, "Hey, if you're interested in watching Storybots, go look it up."
yeah, and if we want to know why the sky is blue, I figured we have to get really, really close to the sky with
Yeah.
Mountain Everest, the highest point on Earth.
Well, let's talk. May I give a science lesson for a moment?
You may.
The reason the sky is blue is the same reason. How do you make a waterfall? I mean, a rainbow. How do you make a rainbow? Two things.
Water and sunlight.
Okay, so the sky is blue because of the sunlight and the curvature of the atmosphere. So the blue part of the rainbow refracts through the sunlight, and that's why the sky looks blue.
And also, when Bing said the sky is black, it's near the end.
Okay.
Oh!
All right, now you take a rest because Kira's going to talk.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
it's Kira's turn.
I mean, like a rest like this. I'm tired.
Yeah, you could do quiet
Yeah.
time on your desk like
Yeah,
you
you
do at
can go to
school.
sleep.
You can totally do that. Or we're going to hear about Anakeesta.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to go there tomorrow, so you have to learn all
Yeah.
this. So tomorrow you can show off and see how much you know.
So the AnaVista Tower
Oh my
is
goodness.
part of Anakeesta's $6.5 million expansion. They just added a tree venture course, so it's like a good thing for kids where you can go across on these
Yeah.
like little pieces of
I
wood.
might leave you there tomorrow. You might get to stay. You might get to stay there for a few days.
Hey, I can't. I don't live there.
Well,
I live in Virginia.
but if I leave fast enough. All right, go ahead, Kira.
Well, they're also going to be adding a new restaurant with a bar
Oh,
area.
yeah.
It's a beautiful structure that they've been building. We actually got to walk through it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we went to the grand opening of Tree Venture a few months ago, weeks ago, not last month, sometime.
Yeah.
And but what? Yes, sir.
Guess what I imagine Anakeesta to look like?
What do you imagine?
Why don't we just look at the pictures? We don't have.
That!
Oh, not so loud. But we have actual pictures. Look, now look on the screen right now. See, that is Frank and Kira, and we are at the official. They took pictures of everybody, and then Anakeesta posted this on the Anakeesta Facebook page.
Yeah, I love
Wow, look at that. That is a great picture right there.
it. Is.
That's the confetti sticks that they had us do.
Yeah, so there were several speakers there. There was the mayor, there was Superintendent Cash, the owners of Anakeesta, and then afterwards they released these rose petals from the top floor, and then everybody had to shake these confetti things, and there was just an explosion of confetti everywhere. And they also told us that the confetti is biodegradable, so it's actually
good.
Okay to be
Yeah,
there.
because it's paper. Yeah, they made it from trees. So that was good. So we were there for that, and then they had a drone. You know, and you know what a drone is?
Yeah, I flew one around once.
Oh, really? Were you in it?
What? No, drone is just a toy.
Okay. And you had the controls for it?
No, I didn't get the controls for it. I just played with it because my Uncle John tells me when I'm allowed to and when I'm not allowed to.
All right.
Artie, do you want to watch this drone footage and see if you can see your Grandpa Frank?
Yes.
Watch the drone tape and see if you can find Frank and Kira on the show, on the video.
All right.
Okay.
Let's look at it.
All right. I don't think there's any audio on it. I think
No.
it's silent.
So we can keep talking.
So keep looking.
So enjoy the video.
All right. So the drone is flying up to the top of the AnaVista Tower.
Yeah.
And there's the people.
Drones take videos.
Yeah, they're from way high up. And there's the band. That's Monroeville. We'll tell you a story about Monroeville and how I learned their names.
I want
And-
to see the confetti sticks.
I wonder if there's two drone shots. I wonder if this is the one that we're in or this is the other one.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is the other one because this is all before the speakers. This is like where the reception when we first got there. And they had us stand around and they showed us the tiger lily that is the inspiration for the AnaVista Tower.
Yeah.
And you can see all these people are the folks from Gatlinburg and tourism and other, the different other attractions around. So there's a different, and Hannah, I'm sorry, we must have sent you the wrong one, but if you can download the other drone video that has the, it might be marked opening or something like that, that you can see Frank and Kira on there because the drone, actually, while we were standing up on top of the tower, I noticed the drone was at our eye level.
Yeah, I saw it a couple of times, and it always creeps me out because it sounds like a little bug buzzing in your ear. And then you look up, and there's this big structure just floating there.
So I didn't even get a chance to notice that because I was so obsessed with the sweat
I need to
dripping
use the
down.
bathroom really badly.
Okay, well, hang on a second. You have to take off your microphone. Here, Hannah, kill his microphone. I'll just unplug it from here. Oh my goodness, you're too much. Here, take that and go visit with Grandma over there.
See you in a minute, Artie.
All right, you take care. Be careful. All right, off you go.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll see you later.
so cute.
Oh my gosh. So, well, thank you for putting up with this. We're getting good comments, though. Roxana says he's a smart boy, which he is.
He's a genius. He knows words that I don't know.
Quite brilliant. But yeah, so you're saying the drone. I was more worried about the sweat. I was drenched.
Yeah. Well, and not to mention the masks. We had to wear masks just to be safe because we were so close to people, and it was hard to breathe in them. I had sweat dripping from like above my lip and my chin.
And then they say, please climb this 5-story tower.
So
Is that how many it was? You can almost count. It's like four or 5 stories, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. So you get to the top of the tower in a mask, and I think everybody was huffing and puffing by that point.
Yeah, once I got up to the top, I had to take my mask off, and I was like,
You weren't alone. That was everybody. Now, the thing is, though, in reality, the rules in Tennessee are for wearing the masks indoors. And here we are outdoors, but everybody else was doing it, and they said specifically on the invitation, please wear your mask to this event. And that was not because we were indoors, because we were not, but the narrow spaces that we had to pass through in order to do it, we were obviously closer than you and I are seated right now.
Yeah.
You were right next to other people.
And new information keeps coming out daily about the virus. And one of the most recent information pieces that's been given is that you're more likely to catch the virus from being close to someone and breathing on them or coughing on them or whatever than you are to actually touch something and catch the virus that way.
Right, so I was touching and licking constantly the whole time.
Yeah.
Feeling
That's what Frank does. He's like, ooh, this tree looks like it'll taste good. Lick.
Oh, I got static coming. Let me fix that. Sorry, ready? Is that better? Worse? I'm getting static on my microphone.
We got a thumbs up. We're
All
good.
right. Sorry about that. I think when I reached down to get Artie's mic, it messed everything up. Barb Harsh says good morning. So Barb, I'll fill you in if you're just joining us. We're a couple things we're trying to do. We're trying to stream the show on Facebook and on YouTube today. So I don't know if that's working. No, looks like the live YouTube stream is not working.
We'll get it eventually.
We will get that figured out eventually.
We're excited about that.
But the comments coming in. We've had my grandson Artie is here to visit now for a couple of weeks. So he was so excited. They just got in late last night, and he's excited to be on the show today. So here he showed up.
I can tell he's excited.
Yeah, he's full of energy. He's been talking the whole time here. He did the whole "Are we there yet?"
He did
the entire drive here this morning.
I believe it.
And we're chatting about the AnaVista Tower at Anakeesta, where Kira and I were invited to the VIP grand opening, and they had a drone video where you can see us. We'll have that one for you shortly. And what else did we want to talk about? I've got to talk about the band Monroeville, and about our one-on-one, or two-on-one, I guess, our personal encounter, the Frank and Kira encounter with Superintendent Cassius.
Oh, yeah, that was an interesting one.
So, should we start with Monroeville?
Let's go with Monroeville first.
Okay. Monroeville is a band that was performing at the foot of the AnaVista Tower while the dignitaries and others are arriving and before the speech. And then when it finally opened and they cut the ribbon, Monroeville played Rocky Top, and it was outstanding.
It was. Let me see if I have the footage from this.
Oh, Kira may have some Monroeville footage on there. And if she does, we'll pull that up on the screen as well. Because they were really pleasant people.
They were amazing.
And they said to us, oh, you two are from Mountain Fun Life. They recognized our faces from Mountain Fun Life. And I was surprised because then they explained that they have been on the Wednesday show with James Gilley. And my surprise was that they recognized us, but I had missed that episode, or I didn't recognize all of them. So I'm trying to say, okay, well, what's your name? And there's a whole bunch of them, because not only was the whole band there, but they also had two of the guys had their girlfriends there, and they were all mixed together. So here we are in Anakeesta, and I'm trying to learn the names of the members of Monroeville.
And then Frank does the most Frank thing that I have ever seen.
What do you mean the most Frank thing?
It's just something you would do.
Okay. Well, on Kira's laptop, we're going to show the video from yesterday of our encounter with the band of Monroeville at Anakeesta.
We won't play the audio because
all right.
It was a little
It's a little glitchy.
Yeah, I don't have it mastered yet.
Oh, all right. So you talk us through it as you describe it.
Well, so at the beginning, Frank says, "Okay, what's your name?" So he's pointing at each person, saying their name, trying to remember it.
Like that's Brittany and Matt.
Yes. And then you go on to the other people.
Okay.
Do you remember these people?
Her name is Lacey. Wait, is it Lacey or is it no? There was a Lacey and a Lindsay. No.
I think you're right.
She might be Lindsay, and that is her boyfriend Kyle.
And there's Kyle.
I think. All right.
Okay. So then
That's me.
there you are talking about what you're doing.
All right. So I turned around and had everybody shuffle.
Yes.
So I say, everybody shuffle around. I will not look. I'm explaining all of that. All right. So
all right. So here you are.
So now they're shuffled behind me. Everyone's taking a different place, and I flip around and I say, "Okay." So now we've got. I can't remember if that's. I think it's Lacey.
Okay.
Lindsay or Lacey. And then we had a guy named McCoy, and then we had a guy named Matt, and then a guy named Chevy. No, I'm sorry. Before it was Kyle, then Chevy, then Matt, then Brittany.
Yes. Good job. You remembered him.
So that's the most frank thing. Jack Allen thinks that's hilarious because it is the most frank thing ever. I've done a lot of frank things.
You have. Like yesterday, whenever we were talking to Superintendent Cash, we were sitting on the Ridge Rambler.
We're headed back down the hill after the event, and we were lucky enough to ride down with Superintendent Cassius, the superintendent of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park.
We all had our masks on, by the way.
It was us and some Anakeesta employees. There were very few people on this Ridge Rambler, and I was loving Superintendent Cash's mask.
Oh, it was
because
awesome.
He is wearing the full park ranger outfit as superintendent, and he's got the round, what we call a Smoky Bear hat, right?
Yeah.
But he also has his face mask has the nose and mouth of a bear, like Smokey Bear.
Yeah, it was the coolest thing.
So with the hat and the mouth, it was, I'm loving on it. I'm just talking about how fantastic this mask is, how appropriate and wonderful it is. And I am talking about, how I was getting hot, I was worried about my hair. And next thing you know, woof, I knock my sunglasses right off my head. I need to get those magnets that Jim Johnson sells. I don't know how I'd get them to stick to my head, but...
Implant them.
Yeah, but anyway, I knock the sunglasses off. The car's moving down the hill. The sunglasses go flying and land on the road going down the hill from Anakeesta. There's another truck not too far behind. I am picturing that these expensive prescription sunglasses.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So that's why you were so upset.
Yeah, if they were just cheapo promotional sunglasses, like my friend Chuck Winstead from Ripley's gave me a pair of sunglasses that are for kids, but they're they're worth nothing. They're free. I would have said, oh man, I guess I got to go to Ripley's and get another pair. But this was the prescription sunglasses that I used to drive. So there they go. Woof, 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 woof. And I'm like, please stop the car. Can you, anyone, hello, anyone? And I'm trying to stand up and I'm trying to wave to get to the driver, but they are in a completely separate compartment down below from us. So they are not paying any attention to me whatsoever, and I'm trying to safely stand and do anything I can. And Superintendent Cassius, the most awesome guy, he says, hold up.
I know, it was amazing. Like, you could tell that man just knows what he's doing in life.
He barks out like a bear because he was wearing the bear mask, but he just barks the words like a sergeant. Really, it was like a drill sergeant, wasn't it?
It was.
Hold up. And I'll be darned if that truck didn't stop immediately.
It did. And then a kind man who was weed eating nearby ran over, grabbed the glasses, and brought them to Frank.
Yeah, there's some of they were all doing gardening work, so the guy with the weed whacker, weed eater, had witnessed all of this. He says, I'm trying to get out of the truck to go get the glasses, and he's like waving me off, saying, no, 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 and he brings them over. And I got the glasses back. I'm putting them on tight, making sure I don't put them on the top of my head again. And I'm making sure I stay in my seat properly and I don't gesticulate and all the things. And Cassius says to Kira, does this kind of thing happen to him all the time?
And I was like, oh yeah. Almost on the daily.
So I sent Cassius a LinkedIn request, but he hasn't updated his thing since he worked at some other park.
Oh, me either. But I loved part of Superintendent Cash's speech that he did.
Yeah.
About the tower and about Anakeesta as a whole. He said he was looking at the wood on the AnaVista Tower, and he said, "I hope y'all didn't get this from the Great Smoky Mountains National
Park." Yeah. Because the part of it is the wood of the tower is supposed to represent the national park, which is known for its trees. And before it became a national park, it was actually heavily logged. A lot of the trees were cut down, and some of the stuff you see in our beautiful national park is all grown up over the last 75 years because they said, we're not going to stop logging and we're going to let nature take its course and restore the park to its beauty.
I just thought that was hilarious because it's such a superintendent thing to say.
Yeah, but he mentioned that it's his favorite place to bring his guests when they come to Tennessee.
Really?
Even though it's outside the park's limits, he says that people want to see the scope of the park.
Right.
So I bring them up here. This is even before the tower was built, just to the Vista Gardens alone. You still get a pretty good view, but now go 6 stories higher even, and it's quite spectacular. In fact, I think Hannah's been looking for that drone footage where the drone flies up to the same level where we are.
Oh yeah, let's
and
look
at
at
10
that.
seconds in, and that, I may if you're quick on the trigger, Hannah, maybe about at 10 or 11 seconds, hit the pause button, and we'll see if we can see Frank and Kira on this drone recording that Anakeesta has posted. All right, so this is down at the Vista Garden, and now this is high above us, and I'm not sure if we're up on the tower yet or not. I think this is where we are. There we are. Do you see us? All right, now I'm out on a blue shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
And Kira has on like a mustard yellow shirt
And
that
pants.
the hornets and the wasps thought were actual flowers.
I know, I've never had that happen before. It's
Really?
the weirdest thing.
When you've worn floral prints and they come after you?
Yeah, they
Oh.
don't usually do that, but this time I must have really looked like a flower.
Yes, you're a blossoming flower, young lady. So anyway, right there, if you look at that, you see from here you see 4 of the beams. So count to the third one, 1, 2, 3, which is like just to the right of you, the center screen. And you and I are on either side of that.
Yeah.
I forget what he called it, like a flume of some kind.
Oh, there we are.
Oh my goodness, look at you. So that's me. I didn't, with the back to the drone and the blue shirt, which you saw from the Monroeville. And there's Kira with her reddish backpack on and mustard colored shirt. I just thought I was excited. And then off to,
It is
I can
cool.
also now see, now that you've zoomed in, thank you, Hannah, I can see Brandy Dominguez from the Pigeon Forge Chamber. She was our guest here last week.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to meet Emily, who works with
Yeah.
her, and she was just effervescent, and very excited. And she knew who we were. She
I know.
watched
I
the
was so
show.
excited. I was like, oh, you know me. I know you.
And then she pulled that bit. Oh yeah, when I was a little kid, I used to listen to you on the radio. I'm like, oh yeah. When I was very little.
Oh, me too, Frank. Me too.
Okay, so we can roll the rest of the video if you care to. Please, Hannah, we can see the rest of it. That's to me just fun. When you spot yourself on
fun.
somebody else's.
It's like looking for Sasquatch,
Yes.
except you're looking for Frank and Kira.
They gave us some Sasquatch posters that said, please wear your mask and keep 6 feet apart. So that's kind of fun. We did
I actually have those, but I forgot to bring them today.
Oh, all right. Well, we took pictures, so we'll share those later.
Yeah.
But imagine being up there. It's just great. I mean, now, this is going to sound crazy, but as much as I liked being on the tower, I now want to be on the drone or on a helicopter and be that much even higher still.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah, so I recommend it, and I'm planning on ideally taking Artie and the rest of the family to see it, because I think that, I don't know if he likes heights or not, but there's 2 things they're going to add to the tower. Remember when Bob told us?
Oh yeah, they're gonna add a glass panels so that you can walk over them and look down below you.
And you see the garden. You don't see all the way down to the Space Needle.
Yeah.
You see the garden down below. And then the other thing that they're going to add, now this is further down for future development, is some kind of climbing rope.
Yeah, so instead of just walking up to the top of the tower, you would climb up.
I don't know if you get all the way to the top, but you'll be able to climb the outside of the tower. And then from there, as you're swinging in the breeze, I guess, you'll still be able to see amazing vistas of Mount LeComte.
I know, it's going to be so cool. And then Bob also told us that they're going to have a 50-person limit on top of it whenever more
Okay.
people start going up there. So they're counting the amount of people who can go up there right now just to make sure everybody stays safe.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Plus, even, I know they're doing that because of COVID, but I would actually enjoy that if it was permanent, because
Oh, absolutely.
you want to be able to get to the railing and have an unobstructed view. I don't know if you ever went to like the Empire State Building back or anything like that, where there's just so many people and you're trying to see and you have to wait for somebody to leave.
And then usually they don't, because usually it's people who they're just so excited to be there. They want to really take in the moment and take bunches of photos.
Now Hannah has queued up something else, another photo or video from the grand opening of AnaVista.
Looks
and
like
that
the
looks
mayor.
like Mayor Mike Werner of the city of Gatlinburg. So if you don't mind to hit that one, we'll see what that says.
When you get to the top, perhaps you will also gain a new perspective and even hope that together we can overcome it all while taking in the beauty that surrounds us.
A little clip that's from Mayor Mike Werner. So he spoke. I have to look up the name of the head of tourism who flew in from Nashville.
Yeah.
Spoke Cassius Cash, and then Bob Bentz, who is the architect, and we learned that he and his wife met when they were architecture students at the University of Tennessee, and they loved doing this outdoor type of architecture. So he designed the tower. His son was involved in the development and the building of it. His wife, who also, that's how they met, they both were studying architecture. Karen
Bentz.
Bentz. I think we have a picture of her too. Is this a video or a picture of Karen?
I think that's a video.
Yeah. All talking about, so let's roll that one too. We can see what Karen will
let's
tell
look
us
at it.
about the inspiration, because they own the property. They lived there, in fact, at one point.
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
We learned that, at one
really
point
cool.
they lived on this property and then decided to convert it into this garden up there.
everything about this really speaks to what people want in their soul. You know, a place to just walk in nature and see how beautiful the Great Smoky Mountains National Park is. That's our backdrop, Mount LeConte, and we see these beautiful clouds roll in, and we watch people come through here at their own pace with their families, taking pictures and really experiencing what the national park really has set here for us.
We got more comments coming through with questions, and thank you, by the way, for commenting on Facebook Live. Today we've been working on also getting the show on YouTube and Roku, but we're thrilled that we're getting so many comments and questions about Anakeesta, because I feel like we're experts now.
We've been there so many times.
And we've been there and learned all of these wonderful things. Like, I'm excited about Bluebell ice cream, but I'll get back to that. What's the question you just put through?
Well, Roxana asked, is it true that you can sometimes see 7 states from up there? I don't know about 7 states, but you can see North Carolina and obviously Tennessee, so that's at least 2.
They told us that you can also see Kentucky, so that makes 3.
Ooh, yeah.
And maybe if you can see Georgia, because if you can see past Chattanooga, that would be Georgia. That would be 4, right?
Right.
No, 5, right? Wait, Tennessee, North Carolina, Kentucky, maybe Georgia, and that's 4. Anything else? Could maybe see Virginia?
Maybe. And the coolest part about the tower is at the very top, it's built to be like a compass. So each beam, like the wooden beams that are up there, they'll have an in.
Yeah, it's and actually not just north, south, east, and west. They also have northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, all available on that, so you can know exactly what direction you're pointed.
Yeah.
So you can, in the end of the day, you may want to point yourself toward the west and see the sunset. In the morning, you might want to look at the sunrise. And if you can't figure that out, actually, then that's on you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You can't figure out east and west. But the other ones are helpful. Like when you're looking out toward the west, or maybe it was, I guess it was west-ish. That's where we saw the Space Needle and the Park Vista.
Yeah, and they also have these cool little plaques below some of the beams that say like different maps of what you're looking at and different information and things like that. It's really cool.
See, I didn't get a chance to study those because some of the other media outlets had their cameras and tripods in the way.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Including you. That's why you saw them.
It was me.
But yeah, that's one of the things I was very curious about is what am I looking at? What am I seeing?
Yeah, it'd be cool if they could develop some kind of app or something that when you get up there, it tells you like maybe you can see, maybe if you pull up your camera.
Don't give all your ideas away. That's something you and your boyfriend could develop and sell it to him.
I can't develop an app. I have all kinds of ideas for stuff like that.
Jack Allen says he's got to take a little drive and check it out. He loves views like that. So you're, again, I guess if you're opposite of acrophobic, would probably be acrophilic.
Acrophilic.
Right, because if you have fear of heights, it's acrophobia, right?
Sure.
And so when you flip the phobe to phil, it means fear to love. So I'm going to go with, I'm making this up, I don't know. Acrophilic, which is probably what we are, where we love heights.
We do. The higher up, the better.
Yeah, I mean, if I could get this chair to go any higher, I would be very thrilled.
Usually when I'm up too high, though, you're like, Kira, I think you need to come down a little bit so we can be
I want to be up at your level, is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you need
but
to
today
get
your
on
hair,
my level.
Today your hair is such that I didn't need to request a
very
booster
large.
seat. When your hair, on days when your hair's big.
Oh
I
my
need a
goodness, look how.
On big hair days, I need a booster seat to keep up with Kira over here.
See, this is the real reason why I wear hats sometimes.
Oh, all right. Gene Arnold says you can see 7 states from Clingman's Dome, and we are that close to Clingman's Dome that the view would be comparable from there. That is nice. And then Roxana is looking forward to bringing her 5-year-old and planning a trip to the area soon, which is good. And that's the thing is, I was talking to like my daughter and son-in-law. They're looking for something medium to low key to do with the little baby and the rest of the gang. And remember when we went there for the Tree Venture opening, one of the family members of the Bentz family was there with a newborn.
Oh, yeah, they were.
And they found it was also hot that day, but they were able to go to a shady spot and just sit on one of the benches, or maybe there was a rocker. And that's what I was thinking about with my daughters. There's these hang out in the gardens and just do nothing. And then the kids, the active ones, Timmy and Artie, can race around through the treehouse, the Tree Venture course.
Oh, and they also
burn
have
off some energy.
Yeah, they've got a zip line, a coaster that you can go through the mountains. I've actually rode that before. It's really fun.
Did you do the dueling zip line or the regular?
I think I did dueling.
That's when dueling zip line means two people, you and your friend, go at the same time and race.
I think I did
Now,
Savannah.
Honestly, whoever's heavier wins. It's not really, it's just science. But
I think I did win.
No, I meant whoever's lighter wins. Whoever has the hair that acts like
The hair.
Like angel's wings. I'm trying to dig myself out of that hole.
Thank you, Frank.
All right. Well, it's been an awesome show talking about all of the things, and we you can watch us on Mountain Fun Life, every Monday and Thursday on the Frank and Kira Show. But we have shows every day of the week, including on Tuesdays is when you can catch our friends Santa and Mrs. Claus.
And then Wednesday we have entertainment in the Smokies with Jim and James.
And then Thursdays, of course, Frank and Kira, like we mentioned. And Fridays, it's sports in the Smokies. And right now, I think Rich Haley has purchased the channel. I don't know how this has happened, but we have turned into Haley Vision.
We have.
Because every time you come to Mountain Fun Life, it's practically every time, it's Rich Haley doing another baseball game.
His slogan should be, "Wanna get rich?"
Oh, that is good.
That's a good one.
That is nice. I like it.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Hey, Artie, why don't you come over here and get us out of this show?
Yeah. I think we've seen all of the pictures from Anakeesta.
We have.
All right, now you need to give me your mic cord. Here, I'll pull your chair over. But you'll have to. We already reframed the shot, so you might have to just sit on my lap, okay? I'll do it. I don't mind to do it.
Oh, you okay?
That's why I said I would do it.
Oh, you poor thing.
Here, you hold that for a second, Kira.
Oh, okay.
We'll take this. All right, hop up. Can you hop up?
I guess I don't.
Well, the camera's not going to get you. We changed the camera. Come over here.
So come on up.
All right, here we go. Up we go. Now we're going to plug in your microphone, so don't make any noise. All right, and now I'm going to set it down, and now we can turn your mic up, and you can say words.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm back.
Hey, Artie, I have a question for you. So I like to give positive messages to our viewers, and do you have anything positive to say to them, some words of encouragement?
Well, yeah, if you want to talk to, if you're talking to your brother, what would you say? Say, I'm talking to you, say something nice and positive.
Well, I love you, and my favorite... Did I already do those comments? Oh, and I am very smart, and I'm not bragging, and I am very Catholic and very patriotic, and
I think you're bragging. Personally,
I'm not.
Okay.
and I am very honest. And thank you all for watching. And my favorite sentence to write is "I love you," and my favorite shape to draw is a heart. And I like to draw other things like zombies and stuff.
Yes. Yes, you did a whole imaginary book about Phantom of the Opera, too. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, wow. The Phantom of the Opera!
So, at this point, you would please say, please like and share the video on Facebook. Please like and share the Facebook video.
Yes, please.
And go watch us on Roku and YouTube.
Yes, and
you can say this. I'm telling you what you can say.
And I'll make a copy of my Phantom of the Opera book so that you can read them. And remember, I live in Falls.
That's the part you're not supposed to tell. Your mom specifically texted me and said, tell Artie not to give out his address. She specifically texted.
Whoops, I forgot that.
Specifically. The one thing. The one thing.
At least they don't know
Stop.
where we live.
Zip it. Zip it. If you want to say, you can watch the show on Roku and Facebook and YouTube. You can say that. If you want to talk about listening to the podcast, you can talk about that. If you want to talk about how we'll be back on Monday, you can talk about all of those things. But the one thing you can't talk about is you don't give out your address.
Okay, and and I've got a photo and I'll
A photo of what?
I've got a photo of me dressed as a ninja, and I'll send it to you.
No, you won't. No. If someone asks you on the internet to send you a picture, you call the police. You tell your parents. That is terrible. Do not do that.
Okay, actually I won't.
All right.
Yeah. Why don't you say thanks for watching?
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to share it with some of your friends, actually all of them, and everybody you know and you are going to know.
Ever.
Goodbye. Adios.
All right. This is the Frank and Kira show. I thought he would
The
react.
adios part is
that's
for
it.
people who speak Espanol.
Okay.
That's Spanish.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
You already.
All right.
Artie, we thought you were going to say the Frank and Kira show and...
And thank you for watching the Frank and Kira show and Frank and Kira show and Artie's show.
Yes.
Goodbye. Adios.
Arrivederci. Au revoir.
My last name.
No, but just,
All right.
My last name is Rocket.
okay.
Okay.
All right. God bless you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you Monday on Mountain Fun Life, the Frank and Kira show. Bye.